Nothing changes until you move. Nothing shifts until you step forward. You can have the best ideas in the world, the most incredible plans, the most brilliant strategies, but if they stay locked inside your head, they mean nothing. Action is the bridge between what's in your mind and what's in your reality. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow. I'll make the call next week. I'll take the risk when I feel ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. Waiting for the perfect moment is the fastest way to kill your dreams. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You don't need someone to come and save you. What you need is to start right now with what you have where you are, because every second you spend hesitating, overthinking, or doubting yourself is a second you're stealing from your own future. Successful people don't wait for the perfect mood, the perfect plan, or the perfect opportunity. They create it. They understand that progress doesn't happen overnight. It happens because of a series of small, relentless actions taken every single day. And here's the kicker. Taking action doesn't guarantee success. You might fail, you might stumble, you might get it wrong, but inaction guarantees nothing. At least when you move forward, you're learning, you're adjusting, you're growing. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Most people live in the what if. What if it doesn't work? What if I lose? What if people judge me? But high performers flip the question, what if it does work? What if this is the moment that changes everything? What if this one step leads to a breakthrough you didn't even see coming? When you take action, you shift your identity. You're no longer someone who wants something. You become someone who's doing something about it. You build momentum. And momentum is power. Because once you start moving, it's easier to keep going. What once felt impossible becomes automatic. Think about the most successful people you admire. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't sit on the sidelines hoping for a sign. They decided, they moved, they took that leap, even when it felt risky, because the truth is, the cost of doing nothing is far greater than the cost of failing. You can recover from a mistake, but you can't recover from a life spent wondering, what if? So the question is, are you waiting, or are you moving? Are you hesitating, or are you building? The life you want isn't waiting for you, it's waiting for you to take the first step. How's that for raw, intense, and action-driven? Let me know if you want to push it even further. Success without connection is empty. You can have all the money, all the accolades, all the so-called achievements, but if you're standing at the top alone, what does it really mean? The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your relationships. We are wired for connection. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. No one thrives in isolation. Think about it. Every great moment in your life, every breakthrough, every victory, wasn't it made richer because you had someone to share it with, a friend, a partner, a mentor, a family member, someone who stood beside you, who clapped for you, who reminded you of your strength when you forgot it yourself? Relationships are the foundation of everything. Your happiness, your growth, your sense of purpose, because no matter how independent you think you are, we all rise higher when we're lifted by others. But let me tell you this, meaningful relationships don't just happen. They require work, they require intention. You don't build strong connections by default, you build them by design. It's about showing up, not just when it's easy, not just when it's convenient, but when it's hard. When life is messy, when the other person needs you even if they don't know how to ask for help. It's about listening, not to respond, not to fix, but to truly understand. It's about celebrating others' wins as fiercely as you celebrate your own. Too many people treat relationships like transactions. What can I get? How can this person benefit me? But that's a losing game. Real relationships are built on giving, not because you expect something in return, but because contribution fuels connection. The strongest bonds are formed when you pour into others, when you offer your time, your energy, your empathy. Because people don't remember what you said or what you did as much as they remember how you made them feel. And let's be clear, investing in relationships doesn't just mean the easy ones. It's not just about the people who always agree with you, who flatter you, who tell you what you want to hear. It's also about the people who challenge you, who push you to be better, who call you out when you're playing small. Those are the relationships that sharpen you like iron, the ones that force you to grow, to evolve, to step into your best self. But the truth is, most people don't invest in relationships until it's too late. They get caught up in the hustle, the grind, the chase for success, thinking they'll make time later, but later doesn't come. One day, you look up and realize you've built a life full of accomplishments, but empty of connection. Because relationships, like anything valuable, are consistency. You can't water a plant once and expect it to grow. You have to keep showing up day after day, nurturing, listening, supporting, even when life gets busy, even when it's inconvenient. And let's not forget, relationships are a mirror. The people you surround yourself with are a reflection of who you are and who you're becoming. If you spend your time with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who lift you higher, you rise. But if you cling to relationships out of comfort, fear, or habit, even when they drain your energy or pull you backwards, you shrink. Investing in relationships also means having the courage to let go of the ones that no longer align with your growth. It means choosing connection over comfort, choosing growth over familiarity, because real relationships aren't about keeping people around just to fill space. They're about building bonds that fuel your future. And here's the most important piece. Investing in relationships starts with investing in yourself. You can't pour into others if you're running on empty. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. When you value your time, your energy, your purpose, you naturally attract people who align with that. The strongest relationships are built between two whole individuals, not people looking for someone else to complete them, but people who walk together side by side, building something greater than themselves. So ask yourself, are you truly investing in your relationships? Are you showing up fully, not just when it benefits you, but when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when it requires sacrifice? Are you surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better, who hold you accountable, who celebrate your wins without jealousy or competition? And most importantly, are you being the kind of person you want to attract? Because the relationships you build will either elevate you or drain you, and the choice is always yours. Your health is the foundation of everything. It's not just about how you look, it's about how you live, how you show up, how you perform in every area of your life. Because here's the truth. You can have the biggest goals, the grandest vision, and the sharpest mind, but if your body can't keep up, none of it matters. Without energy, your potential stays locked away. Without health, your dreams remain just ideas. Think about it. When you wake up tired, when your body feels sluggish, when you're running on fumes, how do you expect to give your best to your business, your relationships, your purpose? You can't pour from an empty cup. Energy isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the fuel that drives every action you take, every decision you make, every risk you dare to step into. And let's get one thing straight. Prioritizing health isn't about extremes. It's not about punishing yourself in the gym or starving yourself to fit into some outdated idea of what health should look like. It's about building sustainable, daily habits that strengthen your body, clear your mind, and elevate your spirit. It's about movement, because your physiology shapes your psychology. The way you move affects the way you think and feel. When you move with power, when you breathe deeply, when you push your body beyond what's comfortable, you send a signal to your brain that you are strong, that you are capable, that you are unstoppable. But so many people treat health as an afterthought. They tell themselves they'll get in shape when life slows down, when work is less hectic, when the timing is better. But that's a lie. Life doesn't slow down. The timing will never be perfect. Your health can't be something you squeeze into your schedule when it's convenient. It has to be the non-negotiable anchor that holds everything else together. Because when you prioritize your health every other part of your life improves. Your focus sharpens, your mood lifts, your resilience strengthens. You don't just survive the day, you dominate it. And it's not just physical health, it's mental and emotional health too. How often do we push through stress, pretending it's just part of the hustle? How many times do we ignore the signs that we're burned out, exhausted, and on the edge, all because we think rest is for the weak? But here's the reality, rest isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. Recovery is what allows you to come back stronger. Just like a muscle grows during the rest period after a workout, your mind expands when you give it space to breathe. Prioritizing your mental health means creating boundaries, protecting your time, saying no to things that drain you, and choosing thoughts that serve you instead of sabotage you. And what about what you put into your body? Food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite you take sends a message to your cells, telling them to either build strength and energy or create inflammation and fatigue. When you eat foods that nourish you, whole foods, real foods, foods that come from the earth and not a factory, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your mind, clarity, focus, creativity. They don't come from caffeine and sugar spikes. They come from a body that's supported, not struggling. Hydration. How often do we underestimate something as simple as water? Your brain is nearly 75% water. Even slight dehydration can cloud your thinking, drain your energy, and spike your stress. It's not just about drinking water when you're thirsty. It's about constantly fueling your body with what it needs to operate at its peak. And let's not forget sleep. In a world that glorifies hustle culture, where people brag about running on 4 hours of sleep like it's a badge of honor, the truth is, sleep isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable. Sleep is when your body repairs, when your brain processes, when your nervous system resets. Skipping sleep doesn't make you productive, it makes you sloppy. It robs you of the energy you need to think clearly, move decisively, and push forward with confidence. But the real power of prioritizing health and energy is this: it creates momentum. Because when you feel good, when your body is strong, your mind is clear, and your energy is high, you build unstoppable momentum. You're not dragging yourself through the day. You're attacking it. You're not reacting to life, you're leading it. You start making better decisions, not just about your health, but about your relationships, your business, your goals. Everything levels up when your health levels up. And the beautiful part, it's all within your control. You don't need permission to start moving your body. You don't need a perfect plan to start eating better. You don't need anyone's approval to protect your mental space and prioritize rest. It's a decision, one you make every single day, to treat your health not as an expense, but as an investment that pays off in more energy, more focus, more confidence, more life. Passion and purpose, these are not luxuries. They are not reserved for the lucky few who figure it out. They are the driving forces that separate a life of meaning from a life of mere existence. Without passion, you're just going through the motions. Without purpose, you're a ship lost at sea, moving but with no real direction. Passion is the fire inside you. It's that thing that lights you up, the thing that makes time disappear when you're doing it. It's not logical, it's not always practical, but it's powerful. It's the energy that pushes you to stay up late working on a project, not because you have to, but because you want to. It's what wakes you up before the alarm clock, already thinking about how you can move one step closer to what sets your soul on fire. Passion doesn't whisper, it roars. But here's the trap. Most people bury their passion. They convince themselves it's just a hobby, something they'll pursue someday when they have more time, more money, more security. They let society's expectations dictate what's realistic, what's responsible, what's safe, and slowly, day by day, that fire inside them dims. They trade their passion for a paycheck, their purpose for practicality, until one day they wake up and wonder why they feel so empty despite checking all the boxes, the job, the house, the car, all the things they were told would bring happiness. Let me tell you something, passion doesn't disappear, it just gets buried under layers of fear, doubt, and excuses. And the longer you ignore it, the louder that feeling of unfulfillment grows. It shows up as restlessness, as boredom, as that gnawing sense that something is missing, even when everything looks fine on the surface. And then there's purpose, the deeper reason behind why you do what you do. Purpose is what gives your passion direction. Passion is the spark, but purpose is the map. It's not just about doing what excites you, it's about aligning that excitement with something bigger than yourself. It's about waking up every day and knowing that your work, your effort, your existence is contributing to something meaningful, something that matters. But here's the thing, purpose isn't found, it's created. People sit around waiting for a sign, waiting for that perfect moment when their purpose will suddenly reveal itself like a neon billboard. That's not how it works. You don't wait for purpose, you build it. You create it by taking action, by exploring, by leaning into what excites you and aligning it with how you can serve others. Because true purpose isn't just about you. It's not about chasing goals that only benefit yourself. It's about how your passion can impact the world around you. It's about how your talents, your skills, your fire can solve problems, inspire others, and lift people up. Purpose turns passion from something selfish into something significant. And let's be clear, pursuing passion and purpose doesn't mean the path will be easy. It doesn't mean every day will feel magical and inspiring. There will be days when you question everything, when progress feels slow, when doubt creeps in. But here's what separates those who live with passion from those who don't. They keep going. They push through the discomfort because they know the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Most people quit not because they lack passion, but because they lack patience. They expect purpose to feel effortless. And when it doesn't, they retreat to the safety of what's familiar. But passion isn't about comfort, it's about commitment. It's about showing up even when the spark feels like a flicker, because you know that the fire will roar again if you keep feeding it. And let's talk about fear, because fear is the greatest thief of passion and purpose. People don't pursue what they truly want, not because they don't have what it takes, but because they're afraid of what happens if they try and fail. What will people think? What if I'm not good enough? What if I put my heart into this and it doesn't work out? But the real question is, what if you don't? What if you spend your whole life playing it safe, staying small, and never giving yourself permission to chase what sets your soul on fire? What if you wake up 10 years from now and realize you traded passion for security, purpose for predictability? What if the life you were meant to live, the bold, vibrant, extraordinary life, passed you by because you were too afraid to take the first step? Pursuing passion and purpose means betting on yourself. It means trusting that the voice inside you, the one that's nudging you, pulling you, whispering, "There's more," is telling the truth. It means refusing to shrink yourself to fit into a box that wasn't made for you. It means choosing growth over comfort, risk over regret, and authenticity over approval. And the beautiful thing about passion and purpose is this: when you live with them, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage gives others permission to chase their own dreams. Your energy becomes contagious. You become a beacon for what's possible, a living example that life doesn't have to be a series of shoulds. It can be a masterpiece of what's truly meaningful to you. Because at the end of the day, people don't regret the chances they took. They regret the ones they didn't. They don't wish they had played it safer. They wish they had lived bolder. Passion and purpose are not distant dreams. They are within you right now, waiting for you to choose them. Life isn't about what you get, it's about what you give. Real fulfillment doesn't come from accumulating more things, more status, more money. It comes from contribution, from knowing that because you existed, because you showed up, someone else's life is better. Giving more than you take isn't just a principle, it's a way of living, a mindset that transforms not only the people around you, but also the person you become. Too many people go through life with a what's in it for me mentality, always calculating, always measuring, always making sure they're getting more than they're giving. But that's a small way to live. It's a scarcity mindset. The idea that if you give too much, you'll be left with less. But the truth is, life doesn't work that way. The more you give your time, your energy, your wisdom, your kindness, the more life has a way of giving back to you, often in ways you never expected. Giving isn't about keeping score. It's not about helping someone and waiting for them to return the favor. It's about contributing without conditions. Because when you give from a place of authenticity, from a place of abundance, You're not just changing someone else's reality, you're shaping your own. You're building a mindset of possibility. You're reinforcing the belief that there is always more love, more opportunities, more success, and that by giving freely, you're inviting even more into your life. And let's be clear, giving doesn't always mean money. You don't need to be wealthy to be generous. The most valuable things you can give cost nothing. A listening ear, a helping hand, a word of encouragement at the exact moment someone feels like giving up. You can give your time, showing up for someone who's struggling, mentoring someone who's just starting out, or simply being present for the people you care about. Time is the most precious resource you have, because once you give it, you can't get it back, and that's what makes it so powerful. But giving more than you take also means adding value wherever you go. It means asking yourself in every situation, how can I make this better? How can I leave this person, this place, this moment in a better state than I found it? It's about being the person who lifts the energy in the room, who inspires others to think bigger, who helps people see the potential they can't see in themselves. In business, the most successful people are not the ones obsessed with taking, they're the ones focused on serving. They're the ones who build their reputation on adding so much value that people can't help but want to work with them, support them, and elevate them. Because when you give more than you take, you build trust, you build loyalty, you build relationships that aren't transactional, they are transformational. And let's talk about relationships, because giving more than you take applies here too. The strongest relationships, whether personal or professional, are built on generosity. Not a scorecard mentality, not I did this for you, now you owe me, but a genuine desire to support, uplift, and empower the other person. It means celebrating their wins as if they were your own. It means giving your best energy, not just when you feel like it, but especially when they need it most. It means loving without limits, encouraging without conditions, and showing up without being asked. But let's be real, giving more than you take doesn't mean being a doormat. It doesn't mean letting people use you or draining yourself until you have nothing left. True generosity comes from a place of strength, not weakness. It means giving because you choose to, not because you feel obligated. It means understanding that your well-being matters too, that you can't pour into others if your own cup is empty. It's about giving from overflow, not depletion. And there's something powerful that happens when you adopt this mindset. You start to realize that giving creates a ripple effect. One act of kindness, one moment of support, one word of encouragement, it doesn't stop with the person you gave it to, it spreads. That person touched by your generosity often goes on to pay it forward, and before you know it, a single act of giving has multiplied into something much greater than you ever imagined. Think about the people who have shaped your life. The mentors who guided you when you were lost. The friends who stood by you in your darkest moments. The strangers who extended a hand when you least expected it. Their generosity didn't just impact you, it changed you. It inspired you to be better, to do more, to give back. That's the power of giving more than you take. It doesn't just change others, it transforms you. And the truth is, the most fulfilled people in the world are not the ones who hoard their resources or guard their time like a fortress. They're the ones who give freely, who serve without hesitation, who know that real abundance comes from creating value, not clinging to what they have. They live with open hands, not clenched fists, because they understand that the more you give, the more you grow. So giving more than you take isn't just an act, it's an identity. It's choosing to be the person who leaves every situation better than they found it. It's deciding that your legacy won't be measured by what you accumulated, but by what you contributed. It's about stepping into every room, every relationship, every opportunity with a single question: how can I serve? How can I uplift? How can I give more than I take? As you walk away from this moment, remember this: life is a collection of choices. Every day you're building something, a legacy, a story, a version of yourself. And the choices you make today are shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. You will never regret investing in yourself, because growth fuels every other part of your life. You will never regret taking action, because motion creates momentum. And momentum changes everything. You will never regret investing in relationships, Because true wealth is measured by the people you love and who love you back. You will never regret prioritizing your health and energy, because without them, even the biggest dreams stay locked away. You will never regret pursuing passion and purpose, because a life without meaning is just existing, not living. You will never regret giving more than you take, because what you give multiplies, not just in others' lives, but in your own. You will never regret embracing change, because growth only happens outside your comfort zone. You will never regret choosing gratitude, because it shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. And you will never regret living authentically, because the world doesn't need another copy, it needs you. So today, make the decision to live boldly, love deeply, give freely, and chase relentlessly after the life you were meant to live. These 9 things, they aren't just ideas, they're the foundation of a life with no regrets, because in the end, you won't look back and wish you had played it safer, spoken quieter, or loved with less intensity. You'll wish you had dared more, given more, lived more. So start now, start today. Choose the things you'll never regret, and watch how your life transforms.